Well, last week I had Eric Hicks on from Game Over, and we were discussing the life and times of Dwayne Pearl Washington, who played basketball at Syracuse University, also played his high school ball at Boys and Girls. Recently, he passed yesterday from brain cancer at the age of 52, and we will continue to pay homage to his life next week. I'll re-invite Eric Hicks and also his former backcourt mate Elmer Anderson here, and we will have that we will continue to discuss his life and his times. All right, leading up to yesterday's presidential primary candidates were mauling and brawling, going all out for votes and delegates. Meanwhile, though, at the Barclays Center for the last two nights, local amateur boxers were competing for the New York Daily News Golden Glove Championships, and joining me in the studio are two first-time title holders. And first is Nyisha Goodluck, the Golden Gloves champion in the women's 125-pound class. Welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
How's it feel to win that championship?
Amazing.
And also, we want to welcome back Bruce Carrington Jr., who also won the men's 132-pound class, is also going to Rio de Janeiro, wish I could go with him this summer, as an alternate on the U.S. Olympic team. Folks, first I want to say congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
First time. They said there's nothing like the first time, no matter what you do. How does it feel, Nyisha?
Awesome. To execute it on my first time, I had a lot of doubts in the beginning, but I got it done, and that's the best feeling in the world.
When did you start your boxing career?
I'm a year and some months in now. Yeah, so I started at the age of 21.
Okay.
I'm 22 now.
Oh, you young.
I wish I started much younger, like 7, and really been more into it. And, now I feel like I'm playing catch up, but, it's the best feeling.
Good.
Accomplishing.
For you, what a difference a year makes.
Yeah,
Last year, you went into the championship, you lost, and also you continued to box during the summer. I caught you over at the Gleason's gym. You had some problems here and there, but you recovered and you kept moving, and now you're an alternate on the U.S. Olympic team, and you won the title last night.
Yeah.
So, man, how does that feel?
It feels amazing, just to come back from what I've been through last year. It's just been amazing. The whole turnaround was just so unexpected, But, well, in a way it was unexpected, but in a way it wasn't, because I put the hard work in, because I just felt like I had to prove to myself and prove to everybody else that I am here. I'm here to take over, and I just felt like it was just my time. So I just felt like I just put my foot on the gas, and I've just been going on since last year, man.
Right. Now, I know they held the women's championships about a month ago almost, right? About a couple of weeks ago in March, late March. What did you learn by winning this championship? Was there any, things you would do differently? I know you won, and also what did you learn too?
Every time I go in the ring, it's a learning experience, win or lose. And this time, it's just more about being able to move under pressure, Being a first female Golden Glove champion out of my home gym was a lot of pressure, Everyone was looking to me.
But you fight out of Atlas Cops and Kids both.
Yes.
Get that in there, right?
So it was a lot of pressure. So, I needed to really bite down and be able to rise to the occasion without letting everything distract me. But that's pretty much it,
What did you learn?
Well,
I mean, compared to where you went into the ring last year at this time, and you went into the ring last night at this time.
Yeah, well, compared from last year, this year I was much more focused. The training was much like it was hectic. I trained every day, ran almost every day. I just I wanted to make sure I was coming back with that gold necklace around my neck. I was making sure that's a fact.
Gloves,
yeah. Last year was some things where was going on, like, being that I have like a big following, last year, like the whole crowd and the atmosphere got to me at certain points of the fight. But this time I didn't let it get to my head. I stayed poised, and I just handled business the way I was supposed to.
They say also, as far as for each fight, you may be assigned to a fighter a certain fighter, and then at the last minute that fighter may pull out, or you may be assigned to a different fighter, right? That happens, especially because I've been there. When my little my little boxing career, we had to fight, different cats at certain different times.
Right.
How did you prepare? I mean, how do you go into the ring? You're preparing for one person, and then another person shows up.
Well, for me personally, it was never really I'm preparing for a certain opponent. Even though I knew the name and the face of my opponent, I just looked at it as I was facing myself. So I needed to be sharper than I was the previous day. And that day, when the day passed, I needed to be sharper than I was that day. You know what I mean? So every day it was just like me and progressing, making sure that I was better than I was the previous day. So that when things like that do happen, because it happens all the time, I'll be ready. I wouldn't be intimidated about the name or the face, or I got used to, or I prepared myself for this style, and now I'm fighting someone else with the other style. I came in there with a mindset and a game plan that I got to be better than I was.
You got to adjust no matter what.
No matter what.
The thing that also impressed me was you're an alternate on the Olympic team, but you also had a certain preparation going into this gloves by being on this Olympic team. How did that help you?
Yeah, it helped me a lot. I was out in camp in Colorado with the USA team. I was out there in camp for about a week. I believe it was like early February, early February. And right after that, we went out and I fought out in London. It was a great experience. I fought a European champion. He was 27 years old. Great. It was a great fight. But yeah, the whole experience, man, it was just incredible because being in Colorado, it's high altitude up there. So, and then the altitude over here in New York is really low. So
and the bad air, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, So when I was out up there training, it was just amazing. Like me jogging, and I just feel my lungs and my chest opening up just from just being up there. Period. But then we sparred probably usually we spar by 3 rounds. 3-minute rounds like back home, but over in Colorado, they had a sparring 10 rounds, 5-minute rounds. And that right there, I was just like, whoa, plus the altitude. I'm like, dang, you guys really train. It was just amazing, that whole experience.
Facing international competition.
Yes.
How did that?
It's much different. I'll tell you, it definitely shows you where you are, on your level, your level-wise. And like national fighters, it could be a lot of top national fighters, but once they step onto the international, they might not be ready. But I felt like I can hang with those guys too, because my style, I can adjust really quickly, I can adjust really fast to a guy that's doing any type of style, any type of style. So, but that European, I fought the European guy.
They fight mostly an upright.
Right,
position,
upright, and then they keep you on the outside and they jump.
Right,
they keep you offset. Being that they keep you offset,
Right.
that really messes you up sometimes. Catch you off guard.
And they're purists, I guess, in the boxing sense. I think they stick to a certain tradition in London and in Europe.
Yeah.
I also want to talk, what's next for you now that you won the championship?
Well, I'm going to take any fight that I can get, but my main goal, my biggest goal is the Olympics. I still have time, and of course the gloves come around once a year, so I'm going to pick up many more chains as I go in preparation for the Olympics.
Is there a lot of competition amateur-wise locally for female boxers these days?
Sometimes it seems like it's not so many women in my division, but I've been to Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri for a tournament, ringside tournament, and there was so many women, you know what I mean? They're out there. It's just about, can we get a match? Can we even get some sparring? Are we here, in the same location at the same time? But I think there's a lot of women. It's just.
But not. How about locally here in the city?
Maybe not in my weight class, but definitely up and coming, maybe.
For you, next month is the National Golden Gloves?
Yes. Next month, National Golden Gloves from May 16th to the 21st in Utah. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna take everything over there. No, once again, I'm gonna take over, and then I'm just gonna build my resume. My plan on in an amateur boxing game is to build my resume so I can be marketable in the pro levels, you know, because like that's like when you have a good resume, you know, the promoters are watching you. They're starting to watch you. They want to take you out like, yo, hey, I'll give you this amount of money, fight this many times and under me and all stuff, type of stuff. So you know, I'm just trying to, you know, just build my brand.
So you want to basically, I guess, stay as an amateur until the next Olympics, or will
Yes.
you go pro before?
No, I'm staying amateur to the next Olympics. I'm definitely staying amateur because me going, especially this is one reason why I'm really sticking to the amateur thing. When I went out to London, it really showed me where I was. Like, you know, a lot of guys, you know, they think that they're ready for the pros and everything like that. For like they're 18 years old and stuff like that. But I know my level. I know I am, and fighting out with them international guys, it just showed me, like, you know, them guys was just on another level. So I felt like, you know, I can get them and surpass them. I'm not trying to be the best, just another boxer and just another regular world champion. I'm trying to be the best athlete ever, and to do that, I'm gonna make sure I get on the right level.
And there's no rush, because some folks rush into it,
Absolutely.
and before you know it, they're not ready.
You can't rush perfection, man.
That's true.
You can't rush perfection.
That's true, because God is only perfect. But go ahead.
Absolutely. You know, I was agreeing.
That's
I
true.
agree with you 100%.
That's true. So as far as yourself, you're not going to turn pro at all. You want to go for the next Olympics.
Yes. I mean, if it happens, it happens. But I can't say that my goal is to become a professional boxer. You know, my heart is in it, and I'm just going to remain in it as long as my heart stays in it. You know, for me, I didn't start so early. Maybe if I started at a younger age, I would have been at your level. Hopefully, maybe I would have been past you. Yeah. But my goal now is to just do as much as I can within the time that I'm given, and maybe in the near future, if that opportunity presents itself, I'll jump on it. If I'm ready, of course.
Well, you know, I want to first say congratulations again.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And also, I want to congratulate all the fighters that participated in the Golden Gloves this year, because anytime you have the heart and the testicular fortitude, you get inside the ring, you got my